Well, hello everyone. This is Raquel, and I want to welcome you. We are sitting in the first part of June. We're already in June 2019. And as we sit here on June 8th, we are sitting in between the full moon that is coming up on the 17th and just past the energy of the new moon, which was on June 3rd. And the energy that we're sitting in right now is really a very high energy, a very almost exciting energy as we are sitting here feeling the effects of what is starting to pull us into the eclipse season. The energy over the next 8 weeks is really all about moving through the solstice energy, moving through the galactic and cosmic alignments, and bringing us into the eclipse season. And right now we are sitting in the energy that is all about new information, new ideas, new inspirations. And it feels really fun. It's really exciting. It's new. It's inspirational is almost the word I would use, because it's all about our higher self starting to send us signals of new ways of stepping more fully into our heart's desires. And we go through these waves. This is, it's a process. We are constantly in an evolutionary process. And sometimes the energy is in a lull. And then it's times like right now when we're really getting the impulses. It's like the floodgates have turned on for the inspiration, the spark of ideas and new adventures, new ways of perhaps looking at how you want to show up in the world, how you want to be in the world and experience things. And so it makes it really a fun time to really be creative and be in that receiving mode of what's possible. What sounds like a good idea? What sounds fun? What's new? What would make my heart sing? And these are the energies we're sitting in right now. And it's a great space to be in as we are preparing to actually go through a very profound reconfiguration, reset, download, these words that we use to continuously describe our experience. But we're getting ready as we're sitting in between. We're about a week away right now from that full moon energy. And the full moon is going to bring in an alignment, or is bringing an alignment with galactic center. And this is a really powerful time for a data download, if you will. And so right now, what's happening with our consciousness, with our personalities getting on board of new ways of approaching our life. What would bring the joy? What would bring the excitement? What are some new things or ideas or approaches or even new projects or ways of just being that are wanting to come into our awareness? And that's where we're sitting right now. So it's a really fabulous time to be playful about it. Be in the joy. Because you have to be in that frequency. You have to be resonant with that frequency to allow it to begin to come into your consciousness. It's very difficult to get new inspiration and gratitude and joy if you're not in that vibration, if you're in a place of lack or a place of desperation or frustration. And we've had a lot of frustration over the last month or so again, where things have been stalled. We've been pushed into action and then things got stalled again. And so our human personality can oftentimes get in the way. But now is the time, right now, this window, this next week, it's really important to look at first of all, your attitude. What are you willing to receive? What are you showing up as far as frequency? Are you in a place of joy? Are you in a place of expansion? Are you open to the new ideas? Or are you being stubborn and set in your ways? Speaking from experience here. We have to be in an open and receiving space, and one of joy and creativity, to even allow the consciousness of what our higher self is trying to download begin to filter in. And so it's really important right now to look at what feels passionate, what feels fun, what sparks your interest, what is it that feeds your soul, and focus on that and keep asking for more. What does that look like? What does that feel like? How should I pursue that? What are some new ideas and some new ways? And really be in that curious state of what the universe wants to bring into the consciousness. And when you shift into that state of curiosity, that state of wonderment, that state of what could be, what's next, you really open up your fields. And if you catch yourself being in a frustration or a lack mentality, or I don't want to do this anymore mentality, or I'm just tired and nothing sounds fun mentality, you really need to pull it together, quite frankly, and drop into your heart and get into the childlike enthusiasm. And that childlike enthusiasm, that frequency of light, will really help to shift and open up the awareness and the ability to start to hear what your higher self is wanting to bring forward for you at this time. Because we're really getting the download, if you will, to prepare for the true reconfiguration, download, data dump, whatever you want to call it, that is happening on the full moon. And so we want to be prepared. We want to start getting mentally, energetically, emotionally prepared to open the space for the new potentialities, the new potentials that will really move us into a more direct alignment with our heart's desire. And as we sit in this energy, it's fun to dream. It's fun to what if I could have X, Y, and Z? And it's not about, oh, I want the new car. It's not about, oh, I want the new house or the material world, because the material world shows up from the emotions that we hold. It shows up from us being in a different vibrational state to receive. And so move beyond that. And what is it? How do I want to show up? How do I want to feel? How do I want to show up differently than I have been in the last phase of my life, even the last 6 months? How do I want to experience my life differently? How do I want to show up differently? What do I want to experience more of, or in an expanded state? And these are the things you really need to be focusing on right now in this next week of time as we move into the energies of the full moon. As I said, it's moving in the cosmos in alignment with the galactic center, which is incredibly powerful. It's also moving into alignment with the great attractor, which is one of the most powerful forces energetically, frequency-wise, that affects us. And it's a really unusual pairing to get the galactic alignment and the great attractor alignment with a full moon. And so this is the punch. This is the added cosmic support that's coming. And we want to be prepared. and the mental and emotional state that we're in, the way in which we are living our frequency over the next week is really going to determine how well we can get that download and upgrade and rewiring that's going to happen, because that sets the stage moving us into the solstice, which sets the stage to move us into the eclipse season. And really, we know that the solstice is going to really take us through the end of the year. Whatever energy we lock into then and through these eclipses are going to move us through into 2020. So it's important, and it's fun. It's a really playful energy because it's our spirit, our infinite wisdom dreaming of what's next? What's more possible? How do I want to show up? How much more joy? What part of my life do I want more joy in? How do I want to show up for the world? And how is that different than how I have been showing up? So that's really the focus of what's happening right now. And so it's important to be in that awareness and to consciously choose to be in that state of awe, of wonderment, of possibilities, of joy, of enthusiasm and excitement. Because you get to choose. You can choose to be in those frequencies right now. And I really encourage you to do so.